Good morning, our viewers. Welcome to the Strategically Speaking with Dr. Adityanjee. Today is Sunday, September 20th, and it is 7 a.m. in United States. It's 4:30 p.m. in India, and it is 4:45 p.m. in Nepal. We are very honored to have a young, dynamic, and vocal journalist by name Mr. Raju Lama. We will be having a conversation with Raju Lama on geopolitics of the youth protest and regime change in Nepal. Raju Lama is currently based in New Delhi. He is the president of SARC Journalists Association. He is a correspondent for Asia Times. He is correspondent for numerous TV channels, and he has also worked in the US. We are very pleased to have Raju Lama because he will be using his in-depth knowledge and lived experience, because he's a Nepalese citizen, lived experience in Nepal, as well as the intricate political maneuverings going on in Nepal, which led to this youth protest and change in regime. I'm deliberately avoiding the word Gen Z because that is a peculiarly American concept, and I'm not sure the socio-anthropological classification of generational changes in United States is applicable to Nepal, because what you see in this youth protest is various ages starting from 8th grade kids to people in their 40s and 50s. So it is truly not reflective of what is being said by the media, Gen Z. It is much more wider protest. So welcome to our platform, Mr. Lama. I'm very
Okay,
glad
thank you,
that
sir.
you're able to come over.
Okay, namaskar and thank you, sir. And I want to correct you. Presently, I am in Kathmandu, not in New Delhi.
Okay.
I used to stay in New Delhi and Kathmandu simultaneously, but now I am in Kathmandu, in my home.
It's all the more better because you have a direct access to the political happenings in Kathmandu and entire
Yes.
Nepal. So that is much better. That is icing on the cake. So I'm very glad that you are currently in Kathmandu. So let's start with the youth protest and regime change, starting with
Okay.
the resignation, almost forced resignation of KP Sharma Oli. And we saw the visuals. KP Sharma being airlifted by an army helicopter, being rescued. Do we know whereabouts of KP Sharma Oli, where he is now?
No, Atinjay, sir. Actually, he was rescued. You are correct. From the government residence, Balwatar,
Yeah.
due to the protest of you have already told you don't want to use the word Gen Z, but now in our country, not country, the Gen Z word is very famous and very attractive word, because everyone they want to they are very keen interest to say that I am Gen Z, I am Gen Z. Even they are not Gen Z, even they are 40, you have told before also, even they are 40, even they are 50, 60, but they are very much excited to tell that I am Gen Z.
I
I want
think
to inform you now the former Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli had left the place where army had kept him, and now he take a room in Bhaktapur. Bhaktapur means it's the Kathmandu Valley. In the Kathmandu Valley, we have a three district. One is Kathmandu, one is Lalitpur, and another is Bhaktapur. And his residence is also in Bhaktapur, but it was totally destroyed. So day before yesterday only, He was left from the army camp, and now he is staying in the room, taking the rent in the room. The place, the name of place is Gundu, the Bhaktapur. And recently, former PM KP Oli is staying in Gundu Bhaktapur. I want to inform you that
I
he's not not inside the camp or any security places now.
I saw some reports initially that he was planning to go to Dubai, but later on those reports were not substantiated. But more importantly, KP Sharma Oli blamed India for quote unquote deposing him, and he gave a very, very unusual statement because since I differed from India about Mata Sita being born not in India but in Nepal, India conspired to get me removed. I want your comments on this statement. What kind of statement is this?
No, actually, Atinjay sir, actually, Mata Sita was born in Nepal.
No, that is fine.
That is true.
No,
That is true. But no, no, no. I'm telling you the truth.
hmm.
But I don't think Ram is Lord Ram is born in Nepal.
We know
See,
all that,
uh,
but
uh, uh,
blaming India, bringing the
mhm,
Ram temple issue in an
mhm.
indigenous political uprising against his power. Did it behoove him to blame India for his forced resignation? That's the question.
No, no. Actually, in Nepal, sir. See, actually, I'm writing, doing journalism in diplomatic issues since my starting of journalism.
Hmm.
I want to tell you more than 2 decades I'm writing in these issues. One of the most important thing, the world community, not only India, not only South Asia, but world community uh, have to be indicated or uh, have to be focused that everything uh, political regime or everything which was changed in Kathmandu or Nepal, it is directly linked with New Delhi. That is the one historical part. Okay, sir. Like presents when there was Rana regime, there was a Delhi agreement between the king, former king Tribhuvan.
We
No, no,
will
no, no.
go to
I
history,
mean to.
uh, but for this
No, no.
particular issue,
I mean to say
this
that.
particular issue
That's why.
was
That's why
the
in
was the youth protest instigated by India? That's the question I'm asking you. Please
no, no,
straight away answer.
no, no. Actually, youth protest is this is the protest of youth of Nepal.
Yes.
This is not directed or designed by any other countries. First of
Okay.
all, we have to. I have I have seen many news and articles and many views in the Indian media also, in the abroad also, like Russian media also. Day before yesterday, they have wrote that the Sushila Karki, the present interim PM, was the puppet of US, and she was here established by the CIA. Okay, even the Russian media also wrote that day before yesterday. I forget the name of paper, but one of the online, which was very famous online of Russian media, also wrote that the Sushila Karki is the puppet of CIA, and she was established by the
So we come to
US
a common
government.
ground that it was an indigenous protest. It was not instigated by any country, including India. And KP Sharma Oli was wrong in blaming India for regime change.
No, they, I, I'm not sure that KP, what is the view of KP Sharma Oli? I don't, I can't defend his view. Okay,
Okay.
because the incident was occurred. I want to remind one thing only, because the KP Sharma Oli, he was just been to the China
Yes.
just 3 or 4 days before to
State visit
participate
was there in
uh,
which Mrs.
state,
KP Sharma
uh,
Oli
in in
also
in
went.
in Tianjin,
Yeah.
for SCO
Tianjin.
summit. Okay.
Yeah.
After that, he participated in the Victory Day of China. in
Mm.
Beijing also. Okay, there Putin and then Kim Jong Un, Xi Jinping, and other like Pakistan, other leaders were there, and KP Sharma Oli was also there. Then after he returned from Beijing to Kathmandu, then the after 2 or 3 days, the protest have been announced from the Genji. The name of Genji, actually, the name of Genji, they have announced the protest, and the incident was occurred like this. That it is the timetable, isn't it? Because of time intact, that he goes to China, he returned from China, and then the protest starts, and it bloomed like this that he have to resign from his post, because
Okay.
maybe this is the one of the timetable, or what we incidentally, or what we say, that may be the reason. But one thing, Atinjay sir, first, the people of Nepal, okay, not only youth, we have 3 crore Nepalese people. In 3
Yes.
crore, more than 80 lakhs, 8 millions were outside the country. They are doing different kinds of jobs in different places. Okay.
Yeah.
So the not only youths, the people of Nepal were very much they were affected from corruption,
We know.
and then many things about the rules of the system is very much, they are uh, giving prioritize to the like
Nepo
in the
kids.
Nepali,
Nepo kids.
nepotism, and then nepo kids, nepotism, and then corruption, and then they are doing many kinds of these kinds of incidents in
No,
past days,
we
isn't it?
agree on that. We agree that
No,
there was a popular
no,
discontent because of problems, persistent and perennial problems with the system, irrespective of who is governing, which party is governing. There was a
yes.
perception that these elderly politicians controlled the process and the youth had to leave the country to find employment. We all know that there are genuine grounds, but I am curious to know that suddenly these protests were announced and organized on a chat app called Discord. Who were the organizers of this indigenous
No,
protest?
no. Actually, that Discord was belongs to Hami Nepal.
Yes.
Hami Nepal is the one of the organization. You know about the many things were come about the Hami Nepal. That what kinds of linkage, what kinds of many things were there. I don't want to give the explanation of Hami Nepal, but actually that protest was Discord was used by the Hami Nepal. Okay, and then the president, the coordinator or president, the Hami Nepal, the Sudan Guru, he himself told the first day of the protest when they announced, he himself told in the with the media that we are not organizers, we are just a volunteer. Okay, he himself told that day, but after that. You know the main he arises in this way that he arises like one of the leader of the Genjis. Afterward, the army chief gives the priority to him. He threatened to President Ramchandra Paudel that if he will not accept their agendas, then he will kick out from the resident of the president also. He have threatened many times in the social media, in the media also. So I think the formalities, everything was announced by Hami Nepal. Then after that, the government of Nepal government that was led by KP Sharma Oli, they did big mistake. They did big mistake that they have uh, did in this way. They have massacred. I want to say killed, massacred, or in anything word. I don't want to use very unkind kinds of word, but they killed the 19 youths at that day, and afterward, not only youths, everyone in the Nepal. every people they become angry, and everyone come in the street, and and
I
and 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 that time maybe some of the unwanted forces have utilized that kinds of things, that they
okay.
destroyed the parliament, they destroyed the supreme court, they destroyed
Singh Darbar,
every
they attacked the
resident
Singh Darbar.
single darbar. At that time maybe some of the unwanted forces or unusual forces have uh, they
Taken
have
over it.
taken over or utilized that protest of people. Actually that protest was did by the people of Nepal,
Protest was
because they are
genuine,
very
but some
angry. uh,
motivated people
uh,
used the
they were
opportunity to.
angry. uh,
Okay.
they are angry with, they are angry with the government because they shot dead
Hmm.
19 innocent people. I want to inform you, total 72 youths
Uh,
were killed during
I
this
I
protest.
have the data that 72 people were killed,
Afterward.
and the
Mm,
question is that how many were killed by police and how many were killed by the rioters, because rioters also
mm,
killed people.
mhm.
How many
No,
people
no,
were killed by the rioters?
no, no. Actually, there is two or three. I have not actual data, but two or three police were killed. Two police from the government side, maybe two. Except that 70 were all from youths.
Okay. There was a report that wife of a former prime minister
Mhm,
was burned in her house, and whether she
mhm.
died or survived, we do not know. Is that true? And the
No,
burning
no.
of the
She was.
house was
Yeah, yeah,
done by the
yeah, yeah.
rioters.
She was. Yes, she was burned. She was the wife of former Prime Minister Jagannath Khanal. But she was died. That is untrue. That is not a true. She is alive still, but her situation is little bit not good.
The
I mean to
rioters
say she's
also burnt all the hotels in Kathmandu. I am
mhm.
told that there was $8 billion worth of damage done to hotels that cater to the tourism industry that employs thousands of young Nepali citizens. And in that
One
process,
no no one hotel was burned, Hilton. One
hmm,
hotel was burned. That it was Hilton, but it was burned because that here few before few time here was one of the that the investment, isn't it? About the investment, present foreign minister and then former prime minister. I mean to say former prime minister Sherbadur Deoba, who is said to be the upcoming prime minister also after KP Oli. He is handovering that post to the Sherbadur Deoba, and his wife Arzu Deoba, who was the former mm, foreign minister, and they both were beaten very crudely, and they are very serious. Still, they are in hospital. Maybe you have seen in some of the videos that their house were burned, and two former prime minister and then foreign minister, they were beaten and they were hit by the very badly, rudely, isn't it? So there was a debate that they have invested in that hotel.
there were also
You have told.
reports of foreign tourists being beaten up, and they had to jump out of windows because the hotel was burning to save their lives.
Mhm.
So
Maybe
it was not just
no,
the
no,
former
hotel
prime
was
minister and his
hotel was no,
you
no.
know,
The former prime minister and foreign minister was they were beaten in their own home. But you are asking the question of that hotel.
yeah.
The hotel was burned, totally burned, but I think there was not any accident within the tourists or people. There were not any kinds of casualties in my
So all
information.
the tourists were safely evacuated, or they were
Yeah,
beat
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They were evacuated, and no tourists will be. There were no casualties with them,
Hami
in my
Nepal was
information.
established in 2015 following the earthquakes in Nepal. And in 10 years' time, they become so strong and so big that they organize a youth protest and are able to, threaten the president of the nation and try
No,
to
no, they
dictate
are.
terms. What is behind them?
They, no, no, they are not strong. See, sir, they are not strong. Actually, I have not heard even their name till now, till this protest, because I'm doing the journalism for a long time. But not only me, no one have heard their name, Hami Nepal. Actually, I have not any idea with this organization. Maybe they are doing some social works during earthquake and in the social work. Maybe there are many organizations who are doing the social works, isn't it, in Nepal? So it was not much focused. The Hami Nepal was not focused and not so. They are not in the priority in any news and any like that. But accidentally, because after the Gen Z protest, after the Indian media also have highlighted Mr. Sudan Guru. I come to know about the Sudan Guru from the Indian media actually,
So
because 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 Indian media have. Mm.
the question comes, where does the funding for Ami Nepal come from? Is it
No, no,
Nepalese people
funding is
donating
no,
or
no,
it's
no.
coming from abroad?
No, no, no. It's actually the Barbara Foundation was behind them, but the president of Barbara Foundation have also did the press conference the day before yesterday, and they said that we have supported them during the COVID time. Then we have not any relation with them. But student for free Tibet in Nepal, there was a very much discussions and debate that they are a little bit linked with the free Tibet movement also, because the student or free Tibet, they have the logo there. So these kinds of debate were here in the Nepal, but I don't think and their uh, amount also, they show more than 54 crore in their website, isn't it? So from these fund, they the people imagine that maybe some international forces have funded them, and it's normal people, anyone can like that. We can imagine that, simply imagine that that much of fund, 54 crore of fund, is not a simple fund. That's a very huge fund in Nepal, and they are
Yeah.
using that fund. That means
So that's why
the
people are wondering, the
yeah,
54 crore rupees is not a small
not
change,
a small amount. Yeah,
not a small
no, no,
amount.
that is no, no. 54 crore, they have put that in their website. That is transparent in their website, but I don't know. Maybe they took more than 54,000 also outside. The people can't show anything transparently, isn't it?
Yeah.
Their website is showing 54 crore, but maybe they have taken more than 54 crore, which they did not want to show transparently in the website. So I think some of the international fund and international mission and international are involved in this protest. Otherwise, see, I have never heard this name of organization Hami Nepal. I have never heard this guy named Sudan Guru. Actually, he is not a Gen Z also.
Yeah,
So
that's
he
why I
was
was saying that
prioritized.
all the,
No, no, Atinjay sir. No, no, Atinjay sir. He was prioritized to do the discussion by the army chief. Why? There is a question. And he was prioritized by the president of Nepal to appoint the to interim government. Why? There is a question. So I think there must be some of the involvement of. I'm not a guarantee, but there must be some of the involvement. Which force I'm maybe people are saying CIA have involvement,
so
or
that
so
brings
some
me
of
to
the
the
people are
question
saying
you mentioned that funding for Hami Nepal was coming from Barbara Foundation. Please tell our viewers who was Barbara Adams and when did she start this Barbara Foundation and who is running the Barbara Foundation now?
no, no. Now is the actually Barbara was. You have also explained many times in many articles also. Now the president of Barbara Foundation is Sunduk Ruit. He is the doctor of eye. He was he take the prize of Magasheshe also. Okay, few year before also. So now is Sanduk Ruit is the president of Barbara Foundation, and there are many other person also. I have not details about the Barbara Foundation, but I think it was established by one of the American who resided in Nepal at that time at the period of Rana regime, and they have left all the property and everything. He was the agent of CIA also at that time. So now that property and everything was controlled by Mr. Sunduk Ruit and other people also. There is one Muslim girl also in his general secretary. I
Ansari,
forget her name.
somebody by name Ansari.
Ansari, Ansari, and then other leaders of the Rashtriya Swatantra Party. Some people, actually, I have a list, but I forget their name. They are not popular name in the Nepal. Okay, Sunduk Ruit is popular because he was one of the social worker in the eye. He have examined many eyes freely in different remote area of the Nepal. So he is the famous name, and he was proposed 3 days before uh, present interim prime minister have proposed Sunduk Wait for the minister, but he have rejected that also. Okay, this is one of thing also. So I want to say that maybe there was some of the involvement of international forces, maybe US or no, some people are blaming India also. Okay, I'm telling truth because the, the particularly maybe this plan was done by the any international forces like Western power or US or anyone, but presently there is a one big name that you have also didn't ask me, and I have also not answered that. There is a one of the big name after this protest and beyond this all these kinds of activities. He was Balen Saha.
That's
You have
the
also not
mayor of 33-year-old
mayor of
mayor
Kathmandu.
of
Yeah,
Kathmandu,
mayor
Balendra
of
Shah.
Kathmandu metropolitan Balendra
Yes.
Saha. Actually, he was the most. Everyone is telling that this the planning, the main leader of this everything was the Balendra Saha. Actually, he was, and I don't know Balendra Saha, the mayor of Kathmandu metropolitan city. He is near with someone says he is near with India. The raw is monitoring
So,
Mr. Balendra Saha, and excuse me, someone is saying his relation with CIA, with the
so
US.
Balendra Shah was a former musician, rapper, and
Yes,
people are
yes,
drawing
yes.
an analogy with Volodymyr Zelensky in Ukraine,
Yeah,
who was also
yes.
catapulted to the presidential post, being a
Hmm.
comedian and an actor, and we
Yeah,
know who was
yeah.
behind
No,
Zelensky.
no. Actually, no. I want to explain you one thing. There was a one picture in social media in Nepal and everywhere that he was granted or he was linked with the ambassador of US, present US ambassador Thompson, Mr. Thompson, R. Thompson. There is one picture taking some reward or some of the files from the US ambassador of Nepal in Balendra Shah, and that picture was very famous in social media these days because people are saying Balendra Shah is the mobilized from US or maybe some US forces. So actually there is a one important hand on in this protest and everything. He is Balendra Shah. Actually, he supported this protest. First of all, the Gen Zs were announced the protest against the social media. Actually, this protest was started for the shutdown of social media. Government had shut down 26 social media. Then the guys at the youths have announced to open the social media actually. And this protest, Mr. Balendra Saha had supported. Then the number of youths were increased at that protest. Then after that, he used to, you can read his social media also, Facebook also. He used to blame KP Sharma Oli and government very strongly. He had already told that I will fight Singh Darbar, I will fight on fire parliament, everything. I will burn that. He had already wrote in his social media, in Facebook. So this incident become like this. And after that, when there was a dialogue between the army chief and then Sudan Guru, then he wrote that I want to support, because his name was in the interim PM also. Okay, Balindra Shah, his name was also in the interim
As a
PM, but he
potential
wrote
interim prime minister.
interim PM. First he was youth have proposed his name. First is the Balindra Saha, second is the Sushila Karki, and another other like Kulman Gising, and then another. Now Kulman Gising is also a minister. But afterward, Balindra Saha wrote in his Facebook that I will support Sushila Karki in interim PM. Then afterward, the PM, the Sushila Karki become interim PM. And now, who is the Home Minister of Nepal? He is the advisor, legal advisor of Balindra Saha. Now, who was nominated, appointed as the Home Minister of Nepal? He was the former legal advisor of Balindra Saha. In this way, you
So
can
I think these are very,
uh,
very important issues. I just want to go back one step. You mentioned Dr. Gurung, who's an ophthalmologist and main person involved in Barbara Foundation, was a mega sese.
Sanduk Ruit, not Guru.
Yeah, Sandhu
Sanduk
Gurung.
Ruit.
He is a mega sese awardee. Now,
Yeah.
where does the funding for mega sese award come from? Do you know that? Who funds mega sese award?
Magsaysay Award, actually, he was awarded in maybe in the Qatar. I forget the name. It was little previously, isn't it? Maybe Qatar or which place? Maybe Magsaysay, that is the Western. It was funded by Western forces.
It's funded by agencies like Ford Foundation
Mhm.
and special vehicles created by Open Society Foundation of
Okay. That
Mr.
was US.
Soros.
US. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it's important for our viewers, for people
Mhm.
into Nepal to know who is
Mhm.
funding Mega Sese Awards and what is the purpose of creating these local leaders who are quote unquote pro-democratic and they are
No,
awarded
no,
by
that is
West.
no,
West.
no, sir. That is your point. That is your point. I respect your point. But Mr. Ruit have did press conference before few days, and he tell all the media that there is not involvement Guru and Barbara Foundation with Hami Nepal and in this protest. He have already clarified this, isn't it? He himself have come to the media and told that I am not involved and my organization is not involved in this organization and the protest. Then how can we blame that he is in the back of this protest? But I respect your views, okay, sir. I respect your views. But till now, I want to tell you that the protest was done by Nepali people. The protest was done by youths of Nepal. But
There is no
unfortunately,
disagreement about it.
uh,
There was
but
popular angst, popular anger
unfortunately,
at the system,
uh,
but
yeah,
outsiders, foreign
yeah,
agencies, especially foreign
yeah,
organizations
yeah,
based in United States, exploited this issue to their advantage
issues. That
and gave bad
I
name
can't
to.
prove it. I can't prove it. But
Yeah, but there is a
we can
perception there.
imagine.
There's a perception
We
there.
can imagine a perception. We can analyze, and Dev is the most important thing that we can analyze is like in the protest in the Sri Lanka, in Bangladesh, and after in Nepal. And I have heard that, sir. It is not a real, there is not fact, but I have heard that these forces are doing, want to do these kinds of protest in India also.
Yes.
Now the turn is of India.
So
So
you
I want to inform, or I want to tell you that from your these kinds of program that now the government of India, the youths of India and other the Indian people also must be become must be very alert from these kinds of activities. Now I have heard that they want to do these kinds of protest in India also, and I'm not blaming, but they want to use that means like in Nepal, they are using the opposition parties of the India for this purpose.
So
Maybe they will do this year.
you have been the president of SARC Journalist Forum. You have been the chief
Yes.
editor of SARC Times. So looking at, let's say, last 5 years, first there was regime change in Pakistan, where
Mhm.
Imran Khan was deposed by a no confidence motion in the parliament, arrested by the army, and a new government was engineered that was
Formed.
more favorable to United States as compared to China. There were popular unrest in Sri Lanka and regime change was done. Then there was so-called student movement in Bangladesh on the issue of reservation for the descendants of Rajakar, and government had already taken the
Mhm.
decision as terminating the reservations, but that issue was used as a pretext. Same way we are seeing in Nepal, the government's ban on 26 apps that were controlled by Western countries and who were refusing to obey the local Nepalese law were banned by
Mhm.
the government. It was not directed about freedom of expression or towards the youth of Nepal. And one day after the protest started, the government withdrew the ban on these media apps. So we are seeing that very flimsy arguments are being used, pretexts are used to create unrest. What happened in Bangladesh, the
Mhm.
rioters entered into Prime Minister's house and they were displaying her undergarments to the press and they were rejoicing. What happened in Nepal, Singh Darbar was burnt, Supreme Court was
Bond.
damaged, lot of
Parliament
politicians,
was
you know,
Parliament was
parliament
bond.
was burned. I mean, who in right mind, let's say, a patriotic, a nationalist Nepalese youth or citizen in their right mind will damage the property of their own nation and burn a hotel completely, that provides employment to Nepalese youth. Every day 2,000 Nepalese youth leave Nepal to go abroad because
No,
they
no,
are
I
very.
want to correct. Atinjay sir, I want to correct. Not only hotel. There was a Bhat Bhatini. The Bhat Bhatini was a supermarket. That was a chain market, supermarket. They have burned more than 10 branches, 12 or 10 branches of Bhat Bhatini all around the country. And thousands of people were unemployment.
Hmm.
And there, this is a right there we find more than 3 or 4 dead people inside the Bhat Bhatini. Bhat Bhatini is there. You are telling not inside the hotel, but the Bharbatini is one of the supermarket. You can see in the website also that more than 12 or 13 branches were burnt and 3 or 4 people were found dead there inside the Bharbatini, and crore of millions of that means their things were burnt there, and then thousands of people were become the unemployment from Bharbatini also.
So I was reading these chat messages on Discord, and they were clear cut, organized instructions to go there and bomb this and burn this, those kind of things. I'm pretty sure you have seen those
Yes,
Discord chat messages. Do we agree
yes.
on that?
No, I agree on that, and I agree on that. And now the demand of Nepalese people, all the political parties, all the youths, all the Nepalese people, and all the journalists like me, and all the activists, we are demanding to the government, this interim government, that please you should have to make the clear and cut investigation council, like a council or uh, like a commission, in which they should have to investigate. They have to form, the government have to form a powerful commission to investigate these kinds of things, and uh, they have to release of the fact things, who is actually involved to damage the country, the property, not only the country, the everything. We are demanding to this interim government, they have to do this. One thing, in the 23rd, we the Nepalese people are demanding that there should be a investigation also, or there should be a commission that
Inquiry
who
commission.
have killed, commission who have killed that innocent students and youths. There should be one commission, but that is not enough. There should be another commission also. It should be, there should be, it should be the powerful commission. We have to investigate this everything. We have burned the, we have already told, we have already told also that Supreme Court, Parliament, and then Singha Darbar, the administrative office, main administrative office of the Nepal, everything, hotels, business center, not only Bhat Bhatini, not only hotel, they have burned many business center like cable cars. The businessmen are very scared now to do the new, start the new business in Nepal now. They are scared because no security, no any, it's unsecure. So I want to say that the government, this interim government should have to do this investigation. But I think that is the demand of the people of Nepal.
It's a very
But I think
reasonable,
the
it's a very
uh,
reasonable and very legitimate demand that there should be an
but
inquiry commission.
Atinjay sir, but Atinjay sir, uh, I'm not sure, but if all these activities was done by, or there is involvement of external forces, then I think they will not form these kinds of commission,
Well,
because
the
this government,
power
because
play,
this
the
government
political power play definitely intervenes. There are reports that the new elections will be held on March 5th,
yeah,
2026, both for the
yes,
parliament as well as for the local bodies. That date has
not
been
not not,
announced.
not local bodies, not local bodies, only parliament.
Only parliament.
Now the lower parliament is only the president have dissolved only the lower parliament. There is
Okay.
still upper parliament.
Okay.
There is still, we have state parliaments, and there are local bodies still here. Only the president have dissolved the lower parliament only, House of Representatives only. The election was only held for that also. So no, the responsibility of this government is not only to do the election. They can't go away from to form the commission which will investigate the real and fact and fair things, actually who was involved in this kinds of incident which has damaged the history of our country, the Nepal. The Nepalese people are demanding this. they
I
have
think
to they
that's
have to do this. If
that's
this government will not do, so I want to interrupt you. If this government will not do these kinds of things, then the Nepali people will never accept,
it's a
never
very
accept these
reasonable,
kinds of things.
it's a very reasonable, very genuine demand from the grassroots people in Nepal who
Yes,
are, devastated, their name being misutilized by foreign agents in Nepal who have given
yes.
bad name to this movement, this indigenous protest. So I agree with you on that. But I
Yes.
want to move
So I
on.
would like to, I would like to request all the international community, like United Nations, like activists like you, all the journalists around the world also, and all the people who love Nepal, uh, all the Indian people also, and Indian leaders also. Actually, Indian leaders and Indian people love Nepal. I know very well, because our relation is very much different from other countries. our cultural, our language, everything, history, everything is same. So I want to request all the international community, including India, that they must have to support Nepalese people to investigate the real and fact things actually who was involved in these kinds of disasters,
So one
these
last
kinds of
question. One last question. There is a former Nepalese diplomat, Vijay Kant Karna, who has said that you can fix a date for 5th of March, but election cannot be held on 5th of March. And that reminds me of Bangladesh model that Muhammad Yunus, who came as interim advisor, keeps on postponing the elections because it is not conducive for him to continue to retain power. Are we seeing a slow walking of or delaying of elections in Nepal?
no, Kantasar is right, because few days before, interim PM of Nepal, Mrs. Karki, have given interview to the BBC, and she told that maybe I will do election. She told that in the BBC. Okay, no, this is very public thing. I'm not claiming that this is my things, but she told in the public media in BBC that maybe I will do successfully the election, but it may be postponed. Like it may take 15 days. It may be postponed 1 month, but I will do election. That means she is telling that she herself is not confident that the election will be held in the indicated date. That means announced date. I mean to say, she herself have said before a few days in the BBC that maybe the date can be transferred for 15 days or 1 month. That means if the date will be transferred for 15 days and 1 month, then I don't think that it will transfer for just 15 and postpone for just 15 and 30 days. Maybe that may be postponed, and that analysis what you are doing about like the Bangladesh, maybe that will happen in Nepal also. You are right, and Mr. Kansar is also right in this
It
case,
was a
I think.
pleasure to have you, Mr. Raju Lama, on our platform, Council for Strategic Affairs. We are very pleased to help you, although the circumstances are grim. We wish people of Nepal a peaceful, a democratic, a prosperous future, devoid of intervention by Western imperialist agencies and organizations who misutilized this opportunity to spread their own agenda and brought a bad name to the youth of Nepal using American media catchy phrases like Gen Z protest when people from 10 years old to people in their 60s all across the society were involved, but there was a method to this political propaganda. So
Okay.
all the people in Nepal need to be very, very clear who are their true friends and who are creating mayhem in the name of protest.
Okay,
Our
thank you,
best
sir. Thank
wishes
you,
for
sir. And
Nepal.
okay,
Thank you very much
and
indeed.
lastly, okay, lastly, I want to tell for all the listeners and all the people around the world from your this conversation, from our this conversation, that please, Nepal, the situation of Nepal is still critical. The cabinet is not fulfilled till yet. Just three member ministers cabinet is here now in Nepal. So I think the 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 things are still critical. So I would like to request all the international community, especially who love Nepal, that they must have to watch the situation of Nepal, and they must have to guide uh, the the situation of Nepal, and maybe as a president of SARC Journalist Forum, as a journalist and as activist, I would like to assure that I think Nepali people will never compromise with the democracy, press freedom, press and expression freedom, rule of law, human rights, and these fundamental things. people of Nepal will never compromise with anyone. If there is any kinds of regime like dictatorship or dictating the regime like that, the people will never accept this kinds of regime. So still there is uh, the situation of country is still critical. There may be happen anything. There may become another regime of like a dictatorship regime also in Nepal. But I want to assure that as a president of SAARC Donors Forum, as activist, Nepalese people will never compromise on democracy, press and expression freedom, human rights, and these fundamental rights uh, of the Nepalese people. And I would like to thank Dr. Atinje, who gave me such a great opportunity to say something about my country and my feelings and my about the situation of my country and my people. So I would like to thank you, sir, and hope we will again have this kinds of conversation in the future also. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Raju Lama. We wish people of Nepal a prosperous future, devoid of any corruption, devoid of nepotism, devoid of irregular activities, whether they are done by domestic actors or Western imperial agencies. Thank you very much indeed.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Namaskar.